just a response following the last couple games? What does that look like for you guys?
Yeah, I think obviously this is a team that, a premier team, a team that we, want to be like and have the success that they've had in the recent years. So obviously a great test for us. Obviously not probably our best two games, the last two. And then we come against probably a top three team in the league. It's a great way to kind of bounce back and get kind of our train back on track and come out with a good win.
The special teams has looked strong to start the season. 5-on-5, where are you guys trying to maybe improve in that area?
Yeah, I think obviously just offense in general. We have a lot of all four lines can score, but we have a lot of. Even if you're not scoring, just having a couple shifts down there with cycling and whatnot. Obviously we've proven that we could score a lot of goals, and power play's been clicking. But it'd be nice to chip in more 5-on-5 now. Have to rely on that, and also just stay out of the box. I think we've taken a lot of penalties early, which we've killed, but it just messes up the whole rotation. Messes up. Some guys are playing 8 minutes out of 10, and some guys are sitting on the bench, so it's tough to start with that. So it'd be nice to get the whole team into it early.
I want to talk to you about the last time you were in this building. Pretty good memories, I would imagine, beating up the Bruins. I'm just wondering, collectively as a team, what you guys felt and what you thought as an individual being a part of all that.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool experience being back in the locker room, and just woke up this morning and kind of thought about those experiences, and those are just experiences that are once in a lifetime. So I really cherish that, and just being back here is obviously, it's a great organization in Boston, and they're off to another really good start and very good team. So it's going to be a tough task tonight, as it always is, as it was for us last year. But I think it's a good test to see where we're at, and I think we're all just looking forward to it.
What about contributing a win to that series for yourself, wondering what it did for you, your confidence, just as a career milestone or something like that to have under your belt, and how you feel about that when you look back?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I think kind of just propels that belief and that confidence in yourself, and that's what I've been searching for my entire career, is the step to make it to the next level. So integral in that process. At the same time, I try not to dwell on it or talk about it. Obviously it's a new season, and I think that we have big aspirations in this room. I don't, want to necessarily label that, but again, what it really does is makes you very hungry to achieve it again. And so that's what I think about on a daily basis, is just like, how can I help this team get back to that?
One of the highlights of that series, I just want to look back just because it was such a big moment, but that breakaway when Marchand's going in on Bob, what were you thinking, and what did the team feel after that? What kind of a lift did it mean to you guys for the rest of the series?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, Bob, nobody had more respect in that locker room than Bob, and he works so hard, and what a difference it makes. That could have been the end of our season, and Boston could have been going on to the next round, and it's just amazing what a learning lesson I think ultimately it is, to those tiny critical moments in the game. You never know when that one play is going to make a massive difference, or one save or one block shot. So I guess, just the ability to stay in the moment, and looking back, I just think about Bob, and he really treated me well, and I have a great deal of respect for him. So I was super happy for him.
I think it really says a lot about what the Wings think about you to carry three goalies right now, and obviously don't want to lose you at this point. What does that mean to you, and how are you working through this process as you look forward to getting your first start? Yeah,
it was surreal at first, a little bit. It's the first time I've ever made an NHL roster from training camp. I know it doesn't necessarily mean that much. It was largely circumstantial, but I appreciate it, and the Wings have treated me great so far. And so I'm just enjoying myself here, and just waiting for my opportunity, and I think in 2023 it's important to have 3, maybe 4 goalies that can play in the NHL, and so again, I'm just waiting for my opportunity, and it's a really good environment, really good team, and so it makes my life easy, so it's good.
How do you keep that mindset of just being ready whenever your number is called upon?
Yeah, it took me a long time. I was an angry young professional, when I was 22 to 26. I think you just ultimately learn that there's just no excuses, and you can't hold on to that kind of resentment for whether it's the situation or what. At the end of the day, you just have to do your part and play the best you can. And it's super cliche, but control what you can control. And sounds a lot easier, as you guys all know. It's just like life. So I just control what I can control. I try to stop the puck to the best of my ability and just move on.
Second optional you've had, and pretty much everybody's out there. What's to tell you about your guys right now?
It's interesting because energy levels, it's been just a unique week with the schedule, but I'm probably excited to play. Obviously, the option we had the other day, we didn't have as many, but trying to maintain energy levels but still getting touches. So hopefully it says they're excited to play tonight.
Have you been surprised in any way by what Boston's done in the early game?
No. They're a gold standard. Obviously, they broke an NHL record for points last year, but just their team game, their approach. I know they're talented. I know they're Cup favorite year in, year out, but it's their approach. As a coach, those are things you notice, and it's just pretty impressive. So, no, I'm not surprised they're off to the start they are.
Petrie back in tonight?
Yep, Petrie's back in tonight, and Ole Mott will be out again, kind of with 7 healthy, probably into a little bit of a rotation there. Ole's played very well for us. No reason for him to be out, kind of where we were before the Petrie injury.
You said Alex is backing up tonight, right?
Yep, Alex backing up, and just purely to get him around the process, the rotation a little bit.
So it's not necessarily a precursor of him playing?
Nope, not necessarily a precursor, but obviously we'd be confident with him going in if anything happened to Billy tonight.
But you want him to play?
We would like to get him in. Again, the timing of it, and again, really strong play from our position this year has curtailed that a little bit. Yes, it's a good luxury to have right now, 3 guys.
So will James go on the island? Or
don't know yet. We'll get through tonight and we'll reevaluate. Obviously, James has been playing at a very high level. He's 3 for 3 with quality starts, and we have a lot of confidence in him right now.
With Berger, in the past, it seems like the Wings have tended to, with young prospects, if they're not going to play in Detroit, then keep them in the minors and playing. And I think it seems a little different this time.
No, that's not different. It's just uniqueness of the week. We were playing them, and then we got into a nicked-up situation, literally post-practice yesterday. We didn't know if we'd have 12 ready for today. We still don't know if we'll have 12 ready for tonight. So it was more uniqueness of where it's at. We would love to have him playing 18, 20 minutes in Grand Rapids last night and tonight, rather than not playing tonight, if that is the case.
People might look at the season he had last year and think, how did he not start here again? What did you not see from him in camp? Where do you?
I don't think it was more him. I think it was more the depth of our team, and then fitting in. And there's going to be, message for him will be there's going to be nights like the other night where he plays 7 minutes in a depth role in a situation that was almost an entire period of special teams. And he will need some B game there. And I love that he created some offense, but he also found himself giving up some offense. There's going to be nights a little more comfortable where he probably was last year. Obviously, we had a different team, not as deep, where we need him in our top 6, our top 9. We've had him on our top line last year. Obviously, it's a little bit different. So it's just him maturing in his NHL game and being prepared for both scenarios.
So he might be in tonight?
He might be in tonight. Will be probably a warm-up decision. We have 2 guys battling through some things.
You talked about just the bumps and bruises of the season. Is that maybe part of the behind-the-scenes development that can help guys as they're kind of growing in themselves?
Yeah, of course. That's playing through it, fighting through it. There's a difference between being hurt and injured. It's just a reality of the grind of our league and probably the expectation of today's athlete.
Derek, do you still have connections to Western Mass?
I do. I loved, obviously I was very fortunate to get a master's of education. I got my school paid for by the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts. Obviously a lot of friends. Everyone that went to school there was pretty much from the Boston area. So very grateful for my time in Massachusetts.
And how did you land there, and what did it mean for your career?
It's been a lot. I wanted to pretty much teach. I got an undergrad in physical education and science, and back then not quite the internet or the social media. The Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts coach sent a letter to all the Division III schools, and Al McCormick, my college coach, thought I would fit coaching. It's basically, you come out and be our assistant coach and we'll pay for your master's. And I wanted to grow and become a teacher. The opportunity to get a master's of education administration kind of set me up for my career. But what it did is give me the bug to coach. You get around a team, the team concept of it, and you look back, it's probably that fork in the road. And obviously, now when I was doing my master's at 21 years old in Massachusetts, did I ever think I'd be the head coach of the Detroit Red Wings? No, absolutely not. But it set me up down that path. So yeah, pretty unique situation.